Hi there. This is for the Sunday spirit, and it should be a sunny one. And I don't think this picture really, Lara Croft, really make justice of that. But it's quite bright around though. But I sense that you don't have to reflect always the energies that are around. You can rather, focus on something entirely different to influence or nourish something else. But I felt that there is so much around. Pain, sorrow, lots of things around here on this channel. And I wanted somehow to soothe. I want to give some things that have helped me, or wisdom. I thought about also talking about my old diaries that just popped up to me recently, but I think this is more important to talk about now, to just relax, to find ways to relax. It's not just to do it always. And it feels like also there are so much wounds going on. But I feel a lot of things. I do feel a lot of things. Really. It's not for sure that I can really say what they're exactly about and so on. That's not so easy always, but so many things pops up around someone that I hear around, and I try to kind of make sense of that, what I feel or what it means, what the things that I feel. And I'm not so sure, actually. So, but we can dream a new world into being. We are powerful creators, each and every one of us. Very much so. So we can create what we want, the world we want. And we are co-creators. We need to cooperate with everyone and everything, with the whole reality, to do so in one way or another. And so if we can dream, which we can, then we can hope. And if we can hope, then there is a chance. I feel there is like desperation and all kinds of heavy things. And especially someone that I've, felt a lot lately. I feel that it will be well. It will go well. I'm not sure what this is related to though. But I feel it's heavy. And also this is someone who's much of a dreamer. And also someone who worked very hard. Too hard, probably. And even talking about this now make me feel almost like nauseous and sort of exhausted. So a little bit like this image, maybe. It'll keep on keeping on, but as I said, I feel that it will be well. And I have been wrong, but I think I'm not. what I wanted to go into then is things that can be needed to remind ourselves of really a lot. And as I said, I tend to spiral away sometimes. I mean, I don't see myself as, although I am so drawn to these things and I'm capable of certain things that others may not have developed or know how to, at least not yet, and so on, and very interested in things that I love to share, how would you say that, still I don't see myself as more special in any kind of way than anyone else. We all have awesome abilities, and yeah, that's just fabulous. Much more so than any of us know. Our full potential is far beyond what we express right now, I'm sure. I'm sure that goes for every one of us. And sometimes if we've pushed ourselves too far, maybe that is what's needed. Maybe that is to be our full potential, is just not to, to really take care of ourselves in a good way. That's so important, so we can be here. Yeah. The thoughts. I don't think I should go into my thoughts too much. There's another thing, but I will get to that actually. But when it comes to way of seeing things and misunderstandings, and there are so many reasons not to explain yourself sometimes, at least if there is a real wish and intent from the other side, so to speak, to understand what you're saying and want to see and hear what you're saying, and even if it's difficult for them to grasp or whatever, and both we draw so rush or quick conclusions about everything, kind of about also intents and all kinds of things related to others. And if there is no wish to really understand, then there is no, we will just not do ourselves a favor to try to explain to someone who is not interested in even hearing what we're saying. So, yeah, that's how it is. Because if someone is full of their own projections and full of their own things, there is no way that our words can reach through that. They first need to open up to that before it's even possible. So, and then maybe they see it on their own accord. You can state all kinds of logic related to whatever, but that won't reach. Yeah, that's how it is. And that's sad. I feel that's sad. But then again, I guess that too, like everything, have some sort of purpose. Let's hope. And in the greater scheme of things, or what you say, I do really, really believe they do. And that we will all understand that someday, somehow. And yeah, I'm totally positive on that. I'm totally convinced. So, yeah. But anyways, I will go to a few things. I've talked about a few that I love to just read or listen to, and they just give me so much. And one of them is Thich Nhat Hanh, and maybe I won't read exactly, but I will get inspired by him. Let's see what it says. This is Zen Buddhism then. He's a Zen Buddhist monk and have this plum village in France. He's a Vietnamese monk who fled from Vietnam. And when they ask where he's from, if he's from the north or south or so, he used to say in the middle because he's a Buddhist, the middle way, and just also not to take a stand in either direction. Oh, I love him so much. And also he have helped a lot of those who came from wars, who have all kinds of scars. There are so many who are, many actually don't even cope to continue to live. They're so, this whole post-traumatic stress and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, that was not the brightest sunshine Sunday, but we're getting there. But I think it's a really positive thing, or really bright thing, that he really reached them, he really, or at least have been. He had a stroke or something and was very sick. I'm hoping he's still alive, or I'm not sure even, but I do think that was one of my greatest wishes for a long time. But then again, he's always around. He's one of those spirits that are so great, so you can always reach him. But to meet him in person, just his wonderful spirit, and be around that peace, just wow. I even contemplated, but I realized as it comes to all these things, obedience, I suck at that. I'm totally the opposite, I guess. And as someone stated here, like defiant, maybe so. I was born that way, I guess. And also, poverty. That's maybe the one that I could cope with easily. And pretty easily, I think. But then again, I love certain things also, actually. I enjoy them a lot. Not maybe love. He also talks about that, how we misuse that word. But anyways, I feel I appreciate them very much, so I think I like them to keep them. But also, of course, the whole, what is it called now? Celibacy. But then again, I've been almost like a nun for a long, long, long time, so anyways, I contemplated to actually move there and become a nun at his place in Plum Village. All the time, actually, since I got in touch with him, or knew who he was, or his teachings, that is, rather. But I understand that would be impossible. Even before then, when I met my nuns, so to speak, in Vadstena, and I was also very drawn to that. But in the same manner, I realized that would not work out. That's not my path in this life. No. But in some ways, I do the same things as one of my friends that is a nun. We still write to each other now and then. And I so appreciate that she have been like alongside with me all my life. One of those who have been there. And their work is to pray for people, and I totally believe in the power of prayers. And I send them. So, it's similar work as a shaman, you could say. Maybe they wouldn't state it that way, I don't know, but to me, I don't know really what I was drawn to. I think the peacefulness and the structure, maybe. I'm totally unstructured. And the community as well, to be in that environment. Whatever environment we're in, we get influenced, and we also influence others. And we want to make, I guess, bright footprints somehow. and whatever. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. Whatever. No, but there are so many words left unspoken. Yeah, there is so many loving words. Also those where when you wish to say them and they can't get across. I mean, you can't. Yeah, it's really saddening. That makes me. There is a lot of things that makes me sad lately this week, honestly. Also reading those old diaries and stuff. And yeah, it's also very sad that if you have always, cared and never said once a bad word, just like kind and supportive and positive. I mean, viewed someone in a positive light, no matter what. And they totally don't know that. They totally don't get that. Yeah, that's hurtful. That's that. But then again, it is what it is. Everything is what it is, and to accept that and to just embrace that and be in what is, that's also peaceful, if you can get there. But yeah, it's kind of more sad when, I mean, there are so many people who have all these various feelings about at the same time, and it's all kind of things going on. But yeah, I guess that doesn't matter when it comes to what people perceive and how things goes, and what they think your intentions or whatever is. You just cannot influence that always so much. So it's just, you just have to let go of that, and sooner or later everything will be revealed, and everyone will know, what was real. And so it will be fine, as they say. This whole quote that I tried to recall, but I say something else. No, let's just think a bit now on this one. What is it? How is it now? This is not the end of good. If it's not good, it's not the end. I think that's how I heard it. Yeah, and that's true, This journey is just, I cannot stop shaking my head, I try to focus on positive things, but, yeah, this journey is, and this whole idea that we actually choose our lives that we come into, and I mean, yeah. Yeah. What was I thinking? No, a lot of it is awesome and good as well, but also other things that I don't know even, yeah. To me, all kinds of films and all kinds of, and that's in so many ways and so many levels in my life, that it's like, it's I mean, even yes, it's surprisingly, surprising, and that's kind of good, I guess. Yeah. So strange. Everything is so strange. Yeah. And sometimes, this journey, I think about it as a journey where we play these different kinds of roles, sort of. We are a oneness, but we identify so much with our little tiny personality here in our, video game. I've never actually ever, I played Grand Theft Auto, part of it, with my bonus once, until there was all kind of strange stuff there, and he was very young and still yeah, that was crazy. So I thought, oh, this is not so good. So I decided not to continue with that, but with him at least. But I've never been. I've rather I've been too busy doing other things. I think probably I would like it if I did it, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, it's like that. We totally go into those characters, and we don't remember that we are this consciousness, playing it out. That's what we are doing. If we can step back and stop, and create this whole world that we would love to be in. But some people maybe just, it's one thing if we happen to, without meaning to without consciously meaning to create whatever strange things then, but we can create consciously. And yeah, and I suppose we really also want to explore all the contrast, how far you can go in all kinds of directions to experience that, to know what that is. Yeah. I don't know. I cannot say that I understand this whole thing, but I realize that it's a ripple on the surface of the ocean, sort of. It's not all there is, and there is beauty, and there is peace, and there is love, and happiness, and great things, and it's never ending. It's never ending. We were never born, and we will never die. Yeah. I don't know what to say. The surprises you get, just that. But then it's good to practice mindfulness and breathing, and it's easy to say it, but when you do it, and especially if you've practiced it before, if it's very, very dramatic and you feel like starting practicing it, then it's really good to do then, but it can be a little bit more difficult to reach that calm and peace. Maybe not. So I'm really grateful. I can feel super, super happy almost no matter what's going on. I get, of course, like everyone else, I get influenced, but I can reach that blissful, peaceful state in myself. It's there. It's here. And I also, logic can be of help as well. I use logic a lot when it comes to, for example, if you would be fearful, or that would really almost never. I don't think, if you would avoid, it can be helpful actually. Yeah, it can be really helpful. But to stay or linger in such, whatever emotions that aren't what we wish to feel, that would take a toll on everyone and break us down and make us weaker. So it's not good to stay in anger or fear or those kinds of emotions too long. And when it comes to that, I guess anger is harder to let go of, because you feel like you get powerful with it, but it really drains you of your connection with others and connection with your own spirit and love, and that's really poverty. That's getting less of yourself. It's not being your greater self or stronger self, really. So, but anyways, when it comes to those kinds of things, especially then maybe if it would be fear, I think that it could never really help much to stay in that. I mean, whatever comes, that's, I guess, I mean, that's the kind of the fear. Whatever can it be, the fear, you know? Yeah, you can fear things probably maybe in the now, or I don't know. But usually it's something we think about that may or may not, mostly not, come. And that too. I mean, since something totally else can pop up that we weren't at all being afraid of, and then, so, yeah, it really makes not much sense. And also that it takes energy in the now. So if ever there were some reason down the line to come, let's say, then we would just benefit from, as I thought when I was like 8 there, when I was sitting in my room, and I was so happy and blissful, and I thought to myself that, I just kind of said it to myself. I usually didn't go around telling myself things, but then I just said to myself, kind of, if I said it out loud, I don't think, maybe I did actually, I don't know, I don't remember, but at least it was very clear that to me, that I needed to remember this happy moment, to really like harbor it, and I really focused in on how that felt, so that I could always carry that with me, no matter what. And so I think so that no matter what, if we can concentrate or stay in the now, in the mindfulness, in the now, everything is good. Whether, I mean, everything may not be good. There may be some struggles in the now, but, or even pains, or what it can be, but much is good, much is awesome and great. And if we just can stay in the now and see that, what we have here and now. And, yeah. So then that must help, even no matter what would come then. It would always be better to kind of collect happy moments, or mindful present moments. That's life, to be present in the now and soak it up, sort of. That would at least not harm, So we all have the ability to focus our minds and emotions, not always exactly in the way we want or as quickly as we want, but we have that power, and that's a great power. And I believe that I believe that. No, I don't know what to say. As usually lately, kind of tired. Yeah. But we do have that power. And so sometimes I need to motivate myself logically also to see a reason why not, because it can seem like it's very reasonable to spend a lot of time trying to figure things out, overthinking, or going into all kinds of drama, like catastrophic thoughts, or all that. Yeah, it's not helping much oftentimes. It's one thing to see reality and deal with it, and not try to shy away from what is going on. I mean, we need to address things and be aware of things, but then again also be able to let go. We can't control all there is, and we shouldn't probably do that. Yeah. But now again, to him then, I should talk about what he says, not Manon. This chapter is called Freedom from Fear. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the glasses. Always the glasses. Wait a sec. breathe in, breathe out. Meanwhile. Okay. Here we go. Again. Alright, so yeah, oftentimes he says, I'm not really convinced here, but I do believe him. I mean, I can get so much out of him, so I really, yeah, some of the things, like we all, I guess, when we hear something, we try to figure where we stand in relation to that, and I'm not certain about this, but this is what he says, and I can't believe it. I'm not sure. But I do believe he's right. Probably he's right. I just feel sometimes that you would drown in things if you go into them, but according to Buddhism, these Four Noble Truths about suffering, and so that's something you should look into, like, deeper, while I sometimes wonder if that's really beneficial. But yeah, I think it truly is, because we know it's there, and then going around trying to avoid to think about it. But I think we try to avoid that because we think we can't resolve it at all. But that's the, like, very optimistic in Buddhism. It seems like very pessimistic to just talk about life is suffering, but it's not like life is suffering. It's just that it contains suffering, and we can't avoid getting sick. We can't avoid getting old. We can't avoid dying. We can't in that sense, but we continue. But as these persons that we are here, and so in this physical form, and we can't avoid to let go of everything. That's for everyone. There is no exception as far as I know it. And so that's true. So in that there is suffering. We don't always want to let go. And yeah, a lot of things. But we do have, as this saying is that I never remember what to repeat when I think about things, but what we do have is our actions. We cannot avoid the consequences of our actions. And as I've said about that too, I don't think that's as a punishment or like feeling bad about things. In the now we are always free to make new, like, counteractions, if so, or like dealing with things in a different way if we felt it was not the best kind of way we did it. So yeah. Yeah. But it's the consequences is just it's like the reflection and something we learn from. The reflection shows our misconceptions and our screwed up we are, or what we don't really, see clearly. It's like reality trying to show us and teach us kind of what's real, what reality truly is, and that's why we meet those consequences. So we learn something about reality, I think. And I do think for sure that reality is love. That's what it is. That's what we come back to. So we truly only hurt ourselves when we hurt someone else. And we will feel that. Yeah, so. But anyways, what does he say now? Yeah. That he says that the only way to be free from fear is and feel like true joy is to admit to this fear and look deep into its source. So instead of running, we can invite it into our consciousness and look clearly and deeply at it. And I do think that is a very good choice. there is a dream I had. I mean, that relates also to certain things that I experienced as in my life, like as like a kid or so. But it was when I had been at when I've been at this treatment center when I was drinking, and then I realized, oh my, I'm as addicted to sugars in the same kind of way. I ate everything in the kitchen all nights. I didn't sleep at nights. I ate. And also when everyone else told about them hiding alcohol and stuff, which I didn't, then I realized I have hidden food all my life around sugars and such. On me and also on various places, yeah. But anyway, so when I was getting rid of that habit, if you say, or if it would then be an addiction to alcohol, then I think in my case it would have been the sugar addiction as well as yes, I'm probably addicted to it, but I think also it was very much I really needed to numb myself and run away. That I was going all in for that. And yeah, stop the thinking also. But anyways, I had this strange dream when I came from that treatment center that there was this mass murderer and me in this same cell, like a prison cell, a small, tiny one. There we were, me and this one. And I thought, what should I do? How we were locked in there. The thing is, I had been in the dream, I had been locked in there with this one for many, 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 many years. I was still a little, I was not so old in the dream, but yeah, not tiny, but I had been there since I was a kid. Apparently that mass murderer didn't kill me then, or couldn't, or whatever. So, and this was so long ago then I had this dream. But anyways, I ran through the woods and he was just behind me in my heels, and I kind of heard him in the bushes behind me. And I ran, and for some reason the doors to that prison was open, but I still had that running after me. So I then suddenly I stood at the opening. There was like a desert with small, I don't know, cactus here and the cactus there. It was not much. It was nowhere to hide. And I just ran, and it was bright sunshine. Huge. I mean, it was really lit up. And I thought, wow, what am I doing now? So I tried to run towards one of those cactuses of sorts, and to kind of hide a little bit behind it, but they were too small to hide really behind or anything. And then he came running out from the woods there and looking here and there. And then I just realized that this does not work well. So I got up. He was looking at the other direction, and then turned in when he was going to turn in my direction and see me. Then obviously also I realized that, so I just stood up and went walking towards him. And to my surprise, I thought, okay, now I'm gone. Now, yeah, that's that. And to my surprise, he just looked all shocked and ran away. That was the dream. But I thought afterwards that this was my addiction, kind of, then, or also my fears that I tried to numb with that addiction. Maybe that was it. But anyways, it felt like this was going to kill me still as I did drink and so on, and it felt like it was connected to that still very much. And yeah. So anyways, that worked in the dream though. That I didn't know what to do. I was just walking towards this one because I thought, now I'm done. Like, I didn't have any plan. Okay, I thought. And yeah, he just looked like scared, shocked, and ran in the other direction, just disappeared. So I think that's what happens probably when we look at them, those fears we have. we won't be afraid of them. And I was not afraid when I stood up there. I was afraid while I was running, or stressed at least, as I recall in the dream there. But when I stood up there, I didn't have fear. I was just okay, I accepted the situation, And then that was gone. And even that we add so much when we fear. I mean, it really exaggerates situations or whatever it is. So it doesn't help. That in itself can be the worst thing that goes on sometimes, At least it doesn't add much positive. So if it's possible to find another way, I assume that's preferable. So yeah. So let's see, what more does he say? Yeah, we are so afraid of what's beyond our control, which we can't. Yeah, as I said, we can't really control much. And also that we cling to things like status, things we own, and also friends, or those we love, yeah, of course, and so. But that cannot make our fear go away. One day we will have to let go of all we have, and everyone, So we can't take anything with us. Although we won't be separated, there is no separation. That's also one of those solutions, I think. But still. And it won't go away by itself, this fear. It's just that we can hide it, but it's there. And sometimes that we refuse to see it will create much more trouble for us. So, and to be powerless and so on is probably one of the worst fears, but we do have the power to look deeply into our fear. And when we do, that cannot rule us. We can transform our fear. That's like alchemy. On its, I think that's like the highest level of alchemy, to transform emotions, and it's not the most easy one. No, but it's worth it. Well worth it to practice. So, and he also says that if we live fully in the now, then what it's called mindfulness by some, then we get this courage to confront this fear and not be pulled in all directions, not at least all the time by it. So to look deeply and know who we are, our true nature, and that nothing ever is lost. So, yeah, it only controls us as long as we fear it. It may not be so that we then control all kinds of things, but still it won't control us. And that's awesome. So, let's see now. Yeah. And everyone experiences fear, and well, maybe there are those who don't, but most do anyways. And yeah, and yeah, if you look deeply, you can liberate yourself from its grip and get in touch with joy. And then, as I also said beforehand there, similarly, but it says that if you then realize that you actually are afraid, and instead of pushing it away, then you will also realize that in this exact moment you're also safe. Yeah, that right now, today, we're still alive. Our bodies are okay, functioning well. Our eyes can see beautiful sky, and here are fellow human beings, and so on. Like also that, Buddha talked about that. I think he was hurt in his leg, or it was something, and we usually spin like on that thought, like what can it be, what can it mean, where it can lead, And his disciples were really, I think this is how the story goes, maybe I make it up, I mean I don't recall exactly, so, but the meaning is anyways that they were really freaked out what it could be or how it should go, and some of them, I think, or if not, it's still the meaning is the same. But then he said to them that, I don't know what he said. I can't repeat stories like that. Well, I love said that. But yeah, just that we sometimes we make things so much worse by thinking that it just is what it is. It is what it is in this moment now, and that's it. That's it. But we should look clearly into that, and sometimes we maybe need to, prepare, or we need to, be aware of certain things. But I mean, that's not the same thing as to, get all speeded up and dwell on things in all directions. That may not be helpful. Yeah. And just to invite this into your consciousness without making judgments about it. Just, okay, this is what it is. Because also it's just energy. All emotional, just flowing energy. And that can never linger. That was one of the things that really helped me before. When I always had this, or a lot of anxiety back and forth. Then when I learned, where I realized that, I think also that maybe it was Thich that said that, or whomever, but that energy is, emotions are just energy, and they have to transform. There is no way it can stay the same. Because oftentimes when it's something very strong we feel, we think it will stay. It won't. No matter what it is, if it's positive or if it doesn't feel so good. So to just look at whatever the emotion is and in a calm way can give such a relief, because it's just what it is. We don't need to tell a story about it or think further than just being aware, okay, here it is, this is what I feel. Maybe sometimes we need to think about things around, or we may want to see how it occurred, so we can help release it. Yeah. But when you invite this fear, you can also, because of that, kind of get reminded to be aware of all the beautiful things and all the things that there are to enjoy and be grateful for. As for example, if someone is sick, or when I couldn't lift things, when I had so much pain in my tummy, I had all kinds of things. I couldn't lift even very light things, would hurt so bad. It felt like it would break. Anyways. And then I realized how much I loved to do that. And now when I can do that, I didn't think that was anything. I wouldn't have preferred to go around lifting heavy things. I don't do much of that now, but I could long to do that. I wanted to be able to do that. And since then, now I maybe forget that much, but still, from the beginning, I was really, really happy that I was able to lift things. That was so amazing. So, there are so many things. And just to enjoy the sunshine or fog or air or water on anything that is here and now. Yeah. Then we can be present and live. Yeah. So anyways, and to totally get liberated, we need to understand our true nature and everything. He talks about that here too, I think. Okay. And also that Buddha was just an ordinary person who also felt fear, but he practiced daily mindfulness and was very aware when he felt fear. And he could meet it with calm and peace. So I love that also with Buddhism, that he was not a god. But sometimes when all those goddesses and gods that I sometimes talk about, sometimes they are more like, that's the word for it, because they're very powerful and so on. But they could, to some Buddha, I'm sure, would be called a god. But he didn't. He wasn't. Yeah. So. And we can't get it from someone. I mean, we can get a lot from each other, and we can support each other a lot and strengthen each other a lot, and that's what we are here to do. That's really the purpose for all of us in whatever way we do that. That's the only thing I think so. Anyways, that's what differs in how we do that. But that's why we are here. And but still, no one can give you no fear, to be rid of fear. Not even Buddha, if he was right beside you. You need to practice and realize that yourself, and I myself. So there is always reasons for practice. I don't know if anyone says that, but I say that. Yeah. Okay, I will just leave that. Oh, I thought I would be able to read. There is some other mindfulness practices. For example, let's see here. This was not a practice though, but about, let's see what it's called here. It was so beautiful. Yeah. Have a taste of mindfulness. Like, described. I thought about reading that, just exactly what he says in a chapter there about being present while eating. I wish I really was and did appreciate it meanwhile. So if we do things mindfully, we will also take the time to realize if it's really something we want, or if we just do it without even thinking, and also we enjoy it, of course, more. So it's more healthy. So, yeah, I've talked for long anyway, so I think I will not talk about that, or not read that. I won't have time to read that right now. There is so many good things. He have said so many good things, but yeah, just to breathe, bring our minds and bodies together, and be aware of breathing. That is not we always breathe, but yeah. We have also some suggestions when it comes to changing our thoughts, which also change much of our emotions then. So, but yeah, I rambled away for too long, so that will be another time. But I hope this was sort of uplifting. I don't know. I think maybe it would be more, but maybe I should say a few of those anyways, because sometimes that's what we need, to hear something practical that we can do then, not just theories or whatever. And one of the things he says is that, let's see now, no, it's not here. Where am I even? here is to ask yourself: is that sure? Are you sure? If we see something in the here, an example is if you see something on the road that looks like a snake, maybe it wasn't, and really consider that. Yeah. And also, ask yourselves, what am I doing? Not like that, not like I said it now, but actually, like washing the dish. I mean, dishing the wash. That's something I do a lot. No, ditching it. No, but washing the plate, or something, and fully be present, and that's the most important thing you do. Like assignment in life, so be fully present in that. So bring yourself back to the now by thinking, what am I doing? So you get aware of what you're doing in the now, and also to, when we over and over again meet the same kind of energy, like emotionally maybe or so, or thought, or some thoughts that we have learned from society or from wherever that we don't really feel is right, to just say hello to it, kind of recognize, oh, there you are again. And then they lose their power. So, and also this whole Bodhicitta, it's our nature, loving nature that we all have. And that is about learning how to deepen our understanding and how to bring others happiness. Yeah. So then we practice mindfulness to become more aware. So we can do that. Yeah. And also exchanging, like if you're a carpenter, a rotten plug, like for a new one, like exchanging if the thought that it feels like not good or draining or saddening, or not to run away from them, also be aware of them for a while, not run, but also to exchange them. We have the power to do that. Yeah. Well, I hope this gave you anything. Check him out otherwise, or listen to him. He speaks in a little funny way though, since he Vietnamese accent there. But yeah, I love him. I came across his book. I hadn't heard him then. I didn't have the net or anything at the time, but yeah, I loved the first book I had from him, and I still do. That's also one of my former Bibles. Buddha's Teachings, A Way to Joy and Freedom, it's called. But he have many good books, but you need to kind of find him through I think I stumbled upon him in the best way possible that I could. I think I would have dismissed him if I have stumbled on some of the teachings that I now love. But I think I wouldn't have been so interested if I first came across those. So, I don't know. Anyways, much love to each and every one of you, and take care. Talk soon.